Happy Friday! How's everyone doing today? When you tune in, can you give me a heart to let me know that you can see me and hear me? I know someone's here. I just started this video and then I was having issues. I had to stop it and restart it. So anyway, I want to talk to you about sizes and then my thoughts on having this all or nothing mindset of putting your whole ass into it, right? Okay, and of course I have London here, so this video is probably going to be a shit show. So let's start with the sizes. So last night I slipped out for a little bit because I had done some online ordering. Hey, okay, I see a heart. Woo! Give me some hearts if you can hear me. I slipped out because I did some online ordering and like nothing fit, and there are a few stores that I like Loft and Gap and Old Navy near me, not part of them all. So I'm like, Sean, watch London. I am going to go out for a little bit and try on clothes. Yay! And I got this sweater, and now I'm like, I don't like it. So I wanted to put it on. I still have the tag on it, and I want to get your opinion first, and then I'll talk about sizes. But what do you think of this sweater? I don't think I like the sleeves. Like, why are these bell-bottom sleeves back in style? Can you sit down, London? Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, here you go. Hey Tori, thank you. I distinctly remember wearing these sleeves when I was in high school, and I thought they were so cool, and I played the violin in high school, and I distinctly remember having this like bell-bottom shirt for a recital because I thought, oh, like the sleeve will hang down and it'll look so nice and it'll be perfect. Paulina, you don't like this sleeve either. Yeah, I love the color. I hate the sleeve. And I kind of thought I liked these like gold buttons, but when I put it on, Sean said, that looks like something we'd buy your grandmother for Christmas. So I was like, well, I'm definitely returning it. So let me know what you think. I love the color, but now I'm definitely second guessing it. And I think I'll return it. So give me your opinions, because I'm so out of touch with like adult fashion, like London. Yes, I love dressing her. Like, I think she looks pretty cute today. But for me, I just like don't have the time to look on Pinterest and see like what's in style right now. So anyway, do you want to go outside with Daddy? Yeah? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go. Okay, you can take this. Go ahead. Sorry, guys. Sean's home today, so he's gonna distract her. He was in a meeting. Now he can take over. So anyway, yeah, Kelly, I think the sleeves are gonna get in the way, and I don't know. I have pajamas on, right? Perk of being a work from home mom is that I can wear whatever I want, so ignore my pants. But I don't know, it just like doesn't do anything for me. You know, it's not like, I don't know, it's not blah. I kind of feel blah. Yeah, I love the color. Okay, so anyway, I think I'll return it. And, I don't know, buy something else. But, so, I want to tell you about sizes and like some of like the limiting beliefs that I think we have. So for the longest time in my life, the majority of my life, I was like between a 10 and a 14. And I haven't bought clothes really since before I was pregnant. And so I ordered clothes, they didn't fit. So I'm like, I'm gonna go to the store, I'm gonna try on clothes and see what size I am. So I immediately, pull 10s. And I'm like, oh my God, these are so big. So I get an 8. Because for years, and how many of you understand this struggle if you're kind of like thick on the bottom? I mean, trying to get pants on over like big thighs is so awful. It is so stressful. You like literally like pull muscles. You're like scraping your skin, and then it's like sausage casing, and then they're like stuck, and you're like falling over in the dressing room trying to get them on, trying to get them off, and then you like throw them, and you're like, oh my gosh, like I'll never be able to get pants on. And then when you do get them on, you're like, now they're never gonna come off, and I just don't look good in these. And so that was like my life. I hated buying pants because it was always so stressful and difficult. Nikita, right? So I was like, okay, so let me try these 8s. And I was like, oh my gosh, these are too big. So then, and and I don't go shopping much, so I don't know if this is approved or like socially acceptable, but I would just keep the clothes on that I was trying on and leave the dressing room and like go grab new sizes. So I'm like running through the store with like stickers and tags on me, and I like don't even care. So I'm like, okay, let me get these 6s, and the 6s were too big, and then I'm like, let me get 4s, but mentally I'm like, I really don't want to try to squeeze into these 4s and be all upset because I can't get them on, and I got the 4s and they were too big, and I'm like, no, there's no way that I'm smaller than a 4, right? Because I spent my whole life being between the 10 and 14. It's just like ingrained in me. And so I got 2s, and I'm like, oh my effing G, these fit. Like, never in my life did I plan on being that size in pants. And I'm not even talking leggings, like pants that have a button, which I hate. But I'm like, when did this happen? How did this happen? And I actually took a picture, and I'm gonna share it later, of this other shirt that I had on, and I was showing my husband because it has a pug on it. And I'm like, look, I almost bought this shirt, it has a pug on it. And he's like, oh my God, like you look so thin in this photo. And I'm like, yeah, like, did you realize like I'm a size 2 now? I had no idea, because I think that we just, I have these beliefs of like, because for my whole life I told myself I'm just big boned, right? I'll never be a smaller size. I'm just built this way. And so now trying on clothes, I still have it in my mind, like, you're not a small size, like you're a bigger size, like you'll never fit into those sizes. So how many of you relate to that, where like you constantly just tell yourself that that's how you're built, that's how you're made, you're never going to be a different size? And I feel like I'm just so shocked that I fit into this size because I never was fixated on the size. I was just like, I just want to lose weight and feel good and be able to take care of my daughter. So the whole time that I've been on this weight loss journey, I never was fixated on a specific weight or a specific size. I was just like, I'm going to do my workout today, I'm gonna eat the salad, I'm gonna have my superfood shake, I'm gonna drink a shit ton of water, and I'll have one treat here or there, but that's good. I'm going to make progress, and that's what I did. So that's how I got to this size without ever knowing it, because I wasn't fixated on the size. Whereas in the past, I was the complete opposite. And here's what I wanna tell you. So I'm a true believer in, when you do something, if you decide you're going to do something, to go all freaking in. I hate when people are like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like, if you want to do something, just woman up, put on your big girl panties and freaking do it, right? So like anything I do in life, I almost have like an obsession and like an addiction. It's almost bad. It's like, okay, like with coaching, I am like all in, right? There's not a moment where I'm just like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, I'm going to freaking rock this. With mothering, that's a different story. I have the intentions of going all in, but then sometimes I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, just watch TV for an hour, right? We all get that. But with dieting, I've learned that that's the worst thing you can do, is be like obsessed and all in, right? You have to have that balance. So I believe that the one thing in life that you shouldn't be all in and crazy obsessed about is, I don't even like the word dieting, but like your health journey. So for me, in the past, at this time of the year, I used to be like, F it, right? The summer's over, I am gonna wear baggy clothes, and I am gonna just eat as many pumpkin things as I want, and come January, I'm going to go all in, and I'm gonna transform my body and my life in January. And this was every year, like literally from like the age I wasn't even a teenager yet. And I always talk about this, is that I grew up, like my mother wasn't around, so I was always looking at other women and to kind of like, to have role models, and they were always talking about like, I'm going on a diet, I'm gonna go on a diet. So I thought like, okay, that's what you do, you go on diets. So before I remember in 5th grade, I stopped eating lunch to be like, oh, I'm on a diet. So I'd always be like, okay, January, it's time for me to go on a diet. And then January would come, and in the meantime, between now and January, I'd pack on pounds. And no joke, my husband would do this with me. Like, I remember that week between Christmas and New Year's, we would hit up fast food restaurants 3 times a day. because we'd be like, this is the last time we could ever have a French fry for the rest of our lives, so we better eat all the French fries we can right now. And we would just like binge eat, and then we would pack on like 10 pounds between now and Christmas. The standard average is 7 pounds during this season. And then January would come, and we were like, okay, now we have 10 additional pounds to lose. We feel like complete shit, and now we can't have any fun. Right? And I remember the beginning of every year was like pure depression, because I felt like I couldn't enjoy life anymore. I couldn't have the dinners that my family was having. Like, I remember that some holiday, family parties would be celebrated like in January, because like the Christmas time is so busy. So, different groups would have like their holiday party in January, and I'm like, well, I can't go, I can't participate, I'm on this diet, I can't eat any of that food, can't have any alcohol, I have to have just water and celery and cucumbers and hate my life. And I remember being so depressed every single freaking January, and that's like the worst way to start a new year, right? Is anybody with me? Has anybody else done this? Okay, so I'm not alone. So I would then quit, right? Because you can't maintain that. You can't be like, oh, right, I'm never having a treat. I am never going to have dinner with my family. They're going to eat this, and I'm going to eat this diet food. And that was not sustainable. So I'd quit. Come February, I'd be done. And that's the average as well. Most people don't even make it until March with their New Year's resolutions, because they go all in, they realize they can't live that way, and they feel defeated, and they quit. And so then I would spend the rest of the year being like, this is my body size. I'm a size 14. That's the way God built me, and that's how I'm going to be, right? And that was the worst thing ever. So then I found this new way of life, which is why I'm always promoting it, and where I truly believe in 80-20. So 80% of my day and week is healthy, 20% is indulgent. So if I want to have a glass of wine at night, I'm going to have that glass of wine. If I want to have dessert, I'm going to choose between wine or dessert that night. I'm not an all or nothing proposition type of girl with fitness and health anymore, because I know that that doesn't work. I was talking to one of my coaches and friends, and we had lunch together, and she was saying how, and I talked about this on another video, one of our programs, the nutrition plan, is very strict. And I did it, I think it was in August. I didn't even do the third week. It was 3 weeks long, and I did the first 2 weeks, and it was like pretty strict. And then by the third week, I'm like, F this, and was resorting back to my old tendencies where I was like binge eating and like trying to make up for it because I felt so deprived. And so she was like, Ashley, I had the same experience. Like, I know that I can't do that. So I'm like, yeah, why was I so silly? Why did I try to be so strict? So that's what I found. If you try to be super, super strict with what you eat and deprive yourself, then you're only going to end up binging, and it's going to just undo all your progress, and that's not a healthy way to live. So I'm done with that, and I want to share that I've had so many women reach out to me recently and be like, I hate my body, I have no energy, I don't feel comfortable naked in front of my husband. I don't even recognize myself in the mirror. And I'm like, well, great, let's get you started. Like, I know you can feel amazing. And they're like, well, I want to start after the holidays. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, really? Like, did I just hear that or read that? I want to start after the holidays. So you're going to spend the next 3 months of your life hating yourself every day. You're going to go through the holiday season without energy, hating your body, adding more pounds because you're just like depressed and you're eating your emotions, because I know from experience that's what I would do. And that doesn't make any sense to me. And then in January, you're going to start with that all in, all or nothing proposition, and you're going to then quit because you're not going to be able to sustain it. So I know that for some people, they have to be super strict. But how long can you live being super strict and not enjoying the little things that you love in life? So it takes time to develop that kind of, it's almost a discipline to be able to just do 80-20, because it's a slippery slope. You could start out 80% healthy, 20% indulgent, and then all of a sudden it's like 20% healthy, 80% indulgent. So yeah, it does take a little discipline, but if you're too disciplined, it's not going to work for you. You're going to quit, and you're going to be depressed, and you're going to feel like a failure, and then you're going to tell yourself all these limiting beliefs like, this is how I'm made, this is my bone structure, right? So And then, you know, I always used to say that, like, I'm just big boned. This is how God made me. And then somebody was like, really? Like, have you ever seen a fat skeleton? And I'm like, okay, you're right. So, some people just truly are like built a little bigger. I'm not saying that there aren't people out there who aren't built bigger, right? Because I think my daughter is going to be like a bigger girl, right? Because like Sean's big, her feet are ginormous. So like she's naturally just going to be a bigger girl. But that's all I wanted to say. So for everyone out there who is like, I'm not feeling good about myself, don't wait until January. That's my advice to you. Like, waiting until January is the dumbest thing you could possibly do, because you are going to hate yourself every day for the next 3 months. Then in January, you're going to have so much more work to do to kind of like undo it. And then you're going to begin the year hating life, like I did year after year. So if you're interested in starting now, obviously reach out to me. I'd love to help you. I've been through it. I've walked the walk, and I can help you and guide you. It's kind of like I'm the leader, and I'm going to like turn around and be like, watch out for that pothole. It's coming up, especially with all of the holiday seasons coming up. I can warn you about what's coming up. Yeah, Caitlin, exactly. It's like, I don't understand. I mean, I do understand, because that was me years ago. And now that I realize that it doesn't take much to make those small changes and to feel amazing. Like, to wake up every day, and I don't even sleep a lot, to wake up every day and feel great, to go to the store and to be able to put on clothes and like keep going down in size and being like, no way am I gonna fit into these pants. And then to put them on, and to be honest with you, the twos were a little big, and I was like, I know I'm not going to fit into the zeros, but I could bear, you know, I was like, the zeros are way too small. I'm not there, and I have no intention of being there, right? I'm just going to keep doing my journey, and I'm not going to focus on the size, the number. I haven't been on the scale in quite some time, so I always say like, oh, this is what I weigh, but I don't know if that's exactly what I weigh, because I haven't weighed myself in probably a month, because I'm not obsessed with that. I'm obsessed with how I feel. And the size, that's why I'm so mind blown, like going shopping and realizing I'm in this other size, because I'm like, there's no freaking way I'm that size, because I haven't been obsessed about it. I've just been obsessed with feeling good and taking those small daily actions. The book that I have all of my new coaches read, and my new customer, my clients, I'm sending this book to them, is The Compound Effect. And that's what really did it for me. It's about how seemingly insignificant small choices made daily compound over time and yield amazing results. So every day, I work out for 30 minutes a day. I have to modify pretty much every day to hold my daughter. So it's not even like I'm pushing really hard and getting super sweaty and like going all out. Like, I'm modifying the workout, but every day I'm doing it. Every day I'm making the choice to have my superfoods instead of pancakes and bagels and toast and you know, all of the the toaster strudels that I ate for the majority of my life. Those small changes, that's what got me to a size 2 without realizing it. And the journey has been enjoyable. So I don't want to say that it was easy, right? Because it takes some discipline, but it wasn't freaking hard. And I'm like, I wish that somebody would have like taken me when I was in my 20s and shook me and been like, Ashley, here's what you can do. It's not that freaking hard. I would cut carbs. I mean, I was like one of those crazy people who did like every diet. There's like this flat belly diet, not the flat belly diet, like some cardiac diet where like you would eat like canned tuna, and it was like, I can't eat tuna since because it's so disgusting, but I would eat this crazy canned tuna, I cut carbs, and then I would only last for so long, and then as soon as I would start eating normally again, all the weight would pack back on again. So that's why I kept telling myself I'm just meant to be this size. So small actions taken daily over time yield large results. So that's how I got to a size 2 without ever realizing it. And the weight, same. Don't even know my weight now, but I know it's low, and I haven't felt like I've been deprived. So, Rachel, exactly. Oh, Heather, I'll reach out to you, girl. No need to, no self-loathing talk, right? It's all about, like, you can move on. We all have that moment where we, like, have a baby and we just, or we just maybe didn't have, I didn't have a baby and I was overweight and felt disgusting. But I'll help you. Don't worry, I'll reach out to you. Oh, Heather, girl, no way. You can stop that before it happens. I promise you. I know how depressing it is. Because it's not like the number on the scale, it's just how you feel and how you look, right? You look at yourself and you're like, oh. So I'll reach out to you. Don't worry. I got you, girl. So if any of you feel the way that I feel, give me some hearts. If you're like, okay, I get it. Kelly, you don't even own a scale. Yeah, Kelly had 4 kids. I mean, 4 kids, and she looks freaking amazing and feels amazing because she takes those small daily actions. I used to go to the gym and spend hours at the gym, right? And then I would be like, why am I not seeing results? Because I wasn't doing the right workouts. That's another thing. But then I would quit. I would only go to the gym and spend hours at the gym for like 2 weeks. And then I'd be like, I can't do this. I have other shit to do in life. I can't spend all my time at the gym. So now, again, like if somebody would have came back to me when I was younger and be like, here, Ashley, you don't have to do all that crazy shit. Here's what you can do, these small things. Like my life would be so much better. I mean, I would have saved so many years of heartache and pain and depression, and I like wouldn't leave my house, like wouldn't go anywhere, and I hated how I looked. And that's why I'm trying to be so transparent in all of my posts every day and share that, like, to the women who are where I was years ago, like, you don't have to live like this. Like, let me show you the bright side. Oh, you could definitely get down there. Rachel, you didn't either? Yeah, Heather, Kelly has 4 kids, and she's amazing. I love it, Heather. So thank you ladies so much for tuning in and giving me your advice on this sweater. I think I'm gonna return it. I don't know, I kinda like the sleeves, but then I kinda don't like it. But anyway, so I digress. If you want help getting your shit together and taking those small daily actions to feel freaking amazing and to get in a size without ever realizing it. Like, I'm mind blown. I'm like still freaking mind blown. Like, I don't believe it that I'm really that size because it feels like it just happened. Let me show you the way. Like, yes, it's going to require discipline, but it's not going to be life. It's not going to cause you to go into a depression. It's in order to get there. So let me help you. Okay, so now people are liking it. Thanks, Rachel girl. Can't wait to see you again. We have to get together soon. But, so if you need help, reach out. I would love to help you and pay this forward because I know how awful it is to feel that way, and I don't feel like anybody should feel that way. So let me show you the way. Let me shake you like I wish somebody would have shaken me years ago. But that's it. Happy Friday. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Bye.